Okay, so I am putting this. I think I'm going to put this on this. I don't know if I should put this on some girl's channel or not. I
The
mean,
system just sort of
oops,
crashed.
hang on.
And
Um, okay, so I apologize. I'm talking. I'm going blah 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 blah. I'm not stopping. Okay, this shit. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. This stuff is just, you know, pissing me off. Okay. Um, this Kirk shit. All right. And so, like, because I never liked the guy to begin with. And now I have to listen to people say how wonderful he was. But I think that he was, okay, a couple of different things that I think. Number one, I think that he was not, his real name was not Charlie Kirk. I believe that he and the wife were heavily involved in masonry. As in the Masonic temple. I was just looking a bunch of stuff up about that. Um, because I was thinking the little town where these people all got together and lied about me for whatever reason and created this story. I mean, at first it's like everything you tell us matches up exactly with the evidence we have. I said, okay, this is going to be a great case. And then all of a sudden it gets closer and I realize that they did not even look at the evidence, that they were spending most of their caseload on drug offenses. And I have to wonder, how are these drugs getting into these small towns? So there might be like 1,500 people, maybe 5,000 people in this area. But there is a town or where nearby where this trial was, this city, so to speak. I think the population there is about 15 to 1,600 people. So it is small. People say, oh, you got to move to a small town. No way, man. No. And it dawned on me that right down the block from this courthouse is Masonic Lodge, hidden in a residential neighborhood. And I am going to do some digging on that. I'm trying to do digging via AI right now. I got some information, but and I always saw that, and I thought, I listened to somebody once say there are two things about every town in America. They, every small town or this, that, and the other is that they have a Masonic lodge and there's always pedophilia going on and stuff like that. So I'm looking into that. And so, this Kirk incident with this Erica Kirk, and his brand of politics and religion and all that shit fits in with like the Schofield Bible shit about the chosen people and all this crap. In Catholicism, no, our Bible does not say anything like that. It says, you follow the Lord Jesus Christ, not Christ is king and all this. This troubles me too. It's Jesus is Lord, right? Jesus. Um, okay. So I was watching Peggy Hall, who gets into this quite heavily. But I wanted to share something with you. I wanted you to see Candace Owens. Oh, she is such a narcissist. She is right up there with with Intel, and she's totally COINTELPRO. She is totally embedded in the British House of Lords and her connections. She pretends to be independent. This is the latest, where they all kind of dabble in Catholicism thought, Catholic thought. I just doused myself with holy water before too. I need to. Grapes. I should get the whole. I've got 2 little bottles here. I took a whole jug to a huge container to the cemetery. I'm well stocked up on it. We can't let you back there right now. I said, well, that's nice. I'm going anyway. So they wanted to close up when we were having a meeting. And I'm like, right now I have grief counselors calling me. I believe me. I know what's going on. I just buried one parent. I've prepared funerals for people at least 4 times, and 3 of them were relatives. Well, people had approached me and said, could you do this? We know that you're Catholic. And her brand of Catholicism was yours. Like, she was very conservative and old school. I said, no problem. And I spent, hours on this, right? This is back in 2000. Which brings us to, when these people dabble, which brings us to Candace. Again, she's not converted. She might be dabbling in it, but to my knowledge, she's not a convert. Or you'd see her shit all over the place, man. She is an actress.
And it just really makes me happy that happened, actually. It was already very difficult for me to do this for a lot of reasons, but I knew it was important because I didn't want the last thing that people had in their minds about Charlie to be
that wasn't
the moment he lost his life.
I'm starting to really, she is, can you imagine having her as a parent? Wow.
That was what was especially hard because he's just had so many amazing moments throughout his career. And as I
like what? Because I've been skimming all over the internet and I never saw him. I've been involved in politics. I've been involved in the Republican Party on 2 separate occasions, well, very heavily. In the early 2000s, I was the secretary of a Republican club for a brief time. Let's see what else. I don't know. I worked on campaigns. I was paid to work on campaigns. I know people who ran entire operations to help get people elected. So I stepped away in 2016 because it just got too weird. All the information about Kirk being, I hate calling him that, but whatever. I'll just say Captain Kirk. All this information about him being this big mega guy. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He supported Scott Walker. I think I went over this. And then he supported Ted Cruz. And he was, leaning toward, Rubio, Cruz. He was a Walker person. Walker was only there for 2 months. But see, the guy that helped start his company, this Foster Freeze, donated a lot of money to Walker to help him specifically with this recall. So let's quickly listen to Candace, and she's going to say a few things. She makes me sick. I mean, this one I don't like at all, and I don't like the fact that she, with her crucifix and stuff, that's an old school crucifix. I wish she'd take that down because she's not Catholic. It doesn't matter. I know Anglican people use those too. I mean, this is sort of being used and infiltrated and infused in a lot of people right now. But I think it's not for the good of the faith. I think it's for the bad of the faith, because what it's going to do is it's going to begin to distort it. Kirk was saying how I don't understand all this feminism shit and this trans and gay stuff and these agendas that these kids are, prove me wrong and all this crap. No, that's not how you get through to people. He wasn't a young guy anyway. He was in his 30s. I mean, what kind of kid would, just the way he spoke, the way he presented himself, his topic matter, his religious beliefs, everything. I'm sorry if I'm jumping around, but everything about him, I don't like. I don't like these evangelicals. And that's what he was. And, I like Mary because, like she was like a woman. And Catholics aren't like for feminist. Are you kidding? Some of the most liberal people I know are Catholic. Well, they're anti-abortion. Yeah, most of them aren't, and they're on the pill. Or some other form of birth control. There aren't a lot of Catholic women that do the rhythm method, even though you can buy books and Catholic bookstores on this. I'm just saying. So that's actually not true, but it's being posited as, do you believe that Mary was assumed into heaven? Do you believe in the Assumption, Charlie? Why do people think that we praise Mary the same way we praise God? No, we revere her. We pray to her, just in case you're not Catholic and you want to know. If you read any prayers, they are to intercede on our behalf to Jesus. Okay? So that's what it is. People, we're not glorifying her. We're not, it's glory to God. But we revere her and pray to her intercession to God, to Jesus, to the Holy, the Holy Trinity, right? But it's intercede for me in the name of Mary, Mother of God. Please intercede, Jesus, and and do it. And we do novenas. We do stuff like this. Charlie Kirk wasn't one of those people. He was an evangelical. He believed in all this weird garbage that is manufactured by the state of Israel. She is so creepy, and so was he. I mean, these are two creepy characters.
I was saying, I was having this discussion with George this morning, obviously through a lot of tears.
Oh, yeah, you look like you've been crying all fucking day, man. But you got your hair done, you got braids, little bun in back, makeup looking good, lip injections, you get your teeth whitened. She's had a lot of work since the last time I watched her, which was like about 4 or 5 months ago. I don't like her.
About not wanting Charlie's caricature to survive when the actual Charlie Kirk individual, who Charlie Kirk actually is is so much more important. The caricature, the cartoon
Important.
is that Charlie's this young, smart guy, made a career.
No way. I think he's creepy as fuck, and I can't stand them, and I feel like shit that I have to even give 1 minute to this fucker. And that our government is spending fucking tax dollars on this fucking psyop. Wow. I'm sorry.
Career out of debating college kids, decided not to go to college, started Turning Point USA. And
Really?
I think a lot of people thought that Charlie must take himself a bit too seriously. And I want you guys to know that that could not be further.
Yeah, I don't think so.
From the truth. Charlie and me were all.
She's looking, gazing. This is the latest style with these conservative podcasters. They look up into the air and they don't look at the camera. Alex Jones does this. It drives me crazy.
Always laughing. Yes, he was ambitious. Everybody knows Charlie is ambitious.
Was he, though? We don't know that. Pain in the ass comes to mind. And now that I'm learning more about him, I think he was totally a pedophile.
I met him back in 2017 when Turning Point was this very young organization. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew who Charlie Kirk was.
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie was always wearing these really baggy suits. I mean, they looked like they were hand-me-downs from 3 generations.
So she said she met him in 2017. But according to Wikipedia, Grok, and all this crap, he was up front and center in the Trump campaign. I don't remember that. He was a never Trumper. He specifically said Donald Trump cannot be president. Now, I did 2 different Grok conversations, and I just said, Charlie Kirk said this, right? The first time it came back, yes, he did say it. And the next time it came back and he said, well, it was content. You know, this AI stuff is not trustworthy at all. It's amusing. It's almost like playing a game for me because I know most of it's bullshit. But look at she has lip injections. She has you know what? She got overdone here. She looks almost like a man, and her face looks very wrinkled up. I don't know what's going on. She got way too stretched out here.
Generations, because he was focused on the ideas. He didn't care about his appearance. He was laser focused on what he knew.
Honey, he had a manicure. He had a headpiece on. He clearly was waxing his brows. And didn't care. He cared about his appearance as much as you do, Candace. Someone that comes off that way would be like a Boris Johnson, not a Charlie Kirk. He's very well manicured. I think he's super unattractive and
okay. Turning Point could become, not could become, but would become. He hired me on the spot. We were at this conference in Florida. And
he didn't ask to date you like he did Erica? Did he ask you about philosophy and feel Christ within you? Ugh.
And he and I used to always say, we never said the rest was history. You know, the rest is history. We say the rest is future. We were totally locked in. And
that sounds a little bit on the Kabbalah side, doesn't it? Your future is in God's hands and you don't know if it's even going to happen. This is weird.
I want you guys to know about our first planning sesh, okay?
Oh.
It was in the middle of...
Oh, my God. Our first planning sesh. I want to die. I mean, jokingly. Oh, my God. What the fuck, man? She has 3 kids? Ay. Oh, my God. Our first planning sesh.
Chicago O'Hare Airport. There is this restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, I know O'Hare very well.
Restaurant that's called the Macaroni Grill.
Okay.
And I sat down with Charlie on our first trip together. He flips over this little paper menu as we're waiting for our flight, and he takes out this pen and he just starts drawing.
In 2017, 2018, he was making a shitload of money already, bitch. Get out of here.
Map of what he wants to happen into the future, what the Turning Point organization will become. It was
Really?
spastic. It was unhinged. It was the
She is just making shit up now.
absolute best. It was
Honey, I can picture you doing that almost daily. Like most of the day. You probably have nannies taking. How does she handle 3 children? She doesn't. Get out of here. This chick is. And she's wearing the black Oh, she's wearing a black t shirt. Oh, I can't stand this chick.
true Charlie. He was a visionary. Charlie was a visionary.
Oh,
If he could
he was. Did he? Oh my God.
envision it, it was going to happen. He
Oh,
knew
okay.
that. I knew that. And what he had envisioned was for Turning Point USA to become the biggest conservative student organization, not just in the nation, by the way, but in the world.
I can't stand this cunt.
He kind of squabbled and squibbled and wrote that the structure is currently a 501c3, and he's sitting there talking to me. But
Well,
here's what
it turned into a 501c3 force so it could take dark money.
we can do in the future, and here's how, and then I'm going to probably take control of the RNC. I mean, he's 23 years
He's
old,
not.
right?
No, he's
And he's
no way. No fucking way. And that would have been scary because he would have put like a rabbi right next to him, which did remind me of the RNC. They were right at the Fiserv Center down the block from one of the largest Catholic universities in the country. Very expensive, very elite Marquette University. Many of these big time NBA stars came out of there. I've worked with their basketball team, with their coach. They swindled me. All they wanted me to do was give them free credit. We're just a Catholic school here. I'm like, yeah, all right. Okay. So that's what he would have done. Very similar to Lara Trump. These people are evil. I don't like these people anymore, one iota.
speaking to me about how he's going to take over the RNC. The person that he adored the most, like really, and never in a million years did he think that he was going to meet him, and of course he did, was Rush Limbaugh. He was
So she's saying he was raised on Rush, which I don't believe. Because if he was born in 1993, were they, his father, no, what were they playing the radio show in the house at noon? I doubt it. Both those parents worked according to, Wikipedia and stuff, which is inaccurate apparently because he's made up. He's a character, and this is made up. And she's grasping for words in her lines. She's dangerous.
really raised on Rush Limbaugh, listening to Rush
Oh,
Limbaugh day in
okay.
and day out.
Really? Because during his height of popularity, which would have been like between 96 and like 2000, but his huge popularity was in the 80s, number one, which before he was born. And he would have been like 4 years old in 1997, 98, before 9/11. And then Rush began to have issues with his hearing and shit. But the heyday of Rush Limbaugh was during the Clinton administration. So in 2000, during the election, he would have been 7 years old. And then in 2001, you know what happened. There was the inauguration in January, then we had 9/11. And there were many, many, many other people besides Rush then. So this I do not, I know because I listened to him every day. I never missed him from 1996 on. It took me a while. My parents had his TV show on and listened to him. I didn't have any interest. But believe me, I drove 1,200 miles a week, average, sometimes more. You know, if he was out working and stuff, he wouldn't have had time. I had time because of my job. So I don't believe this. He would have been in school. He would have been in high school. He was 7 years old in 2000, 8 and 2001. I mean, he would have been in high school that all day. And those podcasts were only available if you got, had a computer system at home and got Rush 24/7, which it's possible in the late 90s when Rush started that. But I mean, I don't believe this. I think it's bullshit, but that's okay. We'll go with it because you could look at her. I despise this woman. I despise her about as much as I despise this Kirk fellow.
And he told me through many conversations that if he could have a show like Rush Limbaugh one day, he would be very happy. That was
okay. I thought he wanted to take over the RNC, so he wanted to be the largest college organization in the world. He wanted to take over the Republican National Committee. There's a difference between the convention and committee. And he wanted to have a show like Rush Limbaugh on radio. Those are all three very different things. Heading up the committee entails fundraising, with big donors and networking, and then basically funding candidates for different positions in the Republican Party. And so he'd have to be focused on 50. I mean, it's a big job. Who are you going to donate that money to? So that's a lot different than having a college organization. It's a lot different than, I mean, you can't, he's wasn't that smart. He's really a weird tool.
I think his ultimate goal, and it happened. We had a bunch of rules.
What happened?
23 years old, right? And he's
Right?
speaking to me about how he's going to take over the RNC. The person that he adored the most, like really, and never in a million years did he think that he
You're
was
full
going
of
to
shit,
meet him.
Bill.
And of course he did, was Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, is
He
she
was
full of
really
shit?
raised on Rush Limbaugh, listening to Rush
Not
Limbaugh day
really.
in and day out. And he told
But he would have been in high school, right? I mean, he would have graduated from high school in the 2000s. Then what did you do? Sit around and listen to Rush? Probably not.
me through many conversations that if he could have a show like Rush Limbaugh one day, he would be very happy. That was, I think, his ultimate goal, and it happened.
This is a lie.
We had a bunch of rules. Charlie's rule was never say no to Fox News. So even if the show was at 4 a.m. in the morning, crack of dawn, I cannot tell you guys how many hits we did on Fox News.
That's nice. You're so perfect, Candace. You're so full of shit. Okay. Let's see. So Charlie is a very divisive person that constantly speaks about Jesus and this, that, and the other. So here is a video of Rush. Oops, let's get the date. This would have been in. All right. Shit. The early night. The before. Probably, Kirk was in diapers like his kids. I mean, this was Ron Brown's funeral. Well, let's do it. Why not? Um, okay. 1996. So this would have been when he was 3 years old. Oh, she's just so sick, isn't she? All right. So what he did was he took actual clips of people and played them and let the clips speak for themselves. his show, his everything was nothing like this. And he studied what was going on in the Congress and the Senate. And then he did the New York circuit when he lived in New York. He was in New York at this time, I'm pretty sure, back in, did I just say 1996? Okay, I'm sorry. So, this was a syndicated show. I'm sure somewhere in Chicago it ran, but I don't believe he even grew up in Chicago. I don't know. Here we go.
Let's look at Clinton walking the walk from last Thursday in his memorial service for Ron Brown. Go ahead and roll that tape if we have it. This is the one where, look, he's laughing, telling a big joke, sees the camera. Oh, no, let's cry. Have you seen this?
And he's wiping tears. I mean, what he would do is just show actual footage of these people making complete fucking fools of themselves. And then he'd put it out there, and Charlie Kirk would never be able to do this because he just wasn't smart enough. He didn't have enough moxie. So don't give me that bullshit, Miss Candace Owens.
Walking the walk from last Thursday in his memorial service for Ron Brown. Go ahead and roll that tape if we have it. This is the one where, look, he's laughing, telling a big joke, sees the camera. Oh, no, let's cry.
Now watch him.
Have you seen this? Is this not incredible? Have you all seen that before? How many of you had seen this before this program? This is last Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Some of them haven't seen it. I bet many of you haven't either. Last Thursday, there's a memorial service for Ron Brown. Bill Clinton is leaving it, and he's laughing it up, telling big-time jokes with his Secret Service person, whoever is standing next to him, and spots a camera way over there, and just watch it in slow motion, and you'll see it. Well, here it is, once again. Bright sunny day. Look at everybody smiling here. See the president. You'll see him in just a moment, laughing, telling a joke. Spots the camera. Watch the face. Watch this. Now here comes a tear. We got a tear here, and the other guy's still laughing. If you know it, I mean, he doesn't even know what's going on. We're going to keep showing this. This is the best illustration of the fake and phony characteristics of this man, the disingenuousness of him, and this says it better than most anything we've been.
Okay. Well, we'll do one more, I guess. This is 2 minutes.
Hey, welcome back. Rush Limbaugh, the television show. Time now.
This is very blurry.
For a little comic relief.
This was nothing like Charlie Kirk. Charlie spoke to pastors and played patty cake with fake actress children. Rush would never do that.
America's #1 national embarrassment speaks for itself. Here's Joycelyn Elders and her theories on legalizing drugs.
60% of most of our violent crimes are associated with alcohol or drug use. So we know that there is a marked increase in drug use or alcohol use associated with crime. And then, many times they're robbing, stealing, and all of these things to get money to buy drugs. And I do feel that we would markedly reduce our crime rate if drugs were legalized. But I don't know. I don't know all of the ramifications of this, and I do feel that we need to do some studies. In some of the countries that have legalized drugs and made it legal, they certainly have shown that there has been a reduction in their crime rate, and there has been no increase in their drug use rate.
Somebody take this woman's uniform away from her. She thinks she's in charge of something here. This is sad. Of course, if you legalize a certain segment of crime and no longer call it crime, of course your crime rate's going to come down. It's called defining deviancy down. Now, if we want to solve problems like we had in the Long Island Railroad massacre, there's a way. Do you even wait till you see this? This is such brilliance. Joycelyn Elders, Surgeon General. Here is the way to solve that problem. Watch.
We can decide that we've got to keep the guns out of the hands of our children. We can make safer weapons. We can make safer bullets. We can educate our parents on how to deal with their children. And we can continue to work and make, like we make car license, we can require license in order to carry a gun.
So there you have it. Safer guns, safer bullets.
Wow.
Hi, welcome to our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you guys
as usual,
sort of getting the drift? All he did was he would just put up a clip of somebody or play an audio of someone and let it speak for itself. And then he was almost a comic. But he kept track of every single piece of legislation and person in Congress and Senate. And then, would play that person. And, oh, why is this happening, guys? Okay, hang on. Let me see. So this we want to save. Um, oh, wow. Making fun of Ted Kennedy. Let's see if we can find this. This is pretty funny. Mm. Mm. Let's try this.
Oh, well, I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. Where pretty girls are, well, you know that I'm around. I kiss 'em and I love 'em, 'cause to me they're all the same. I get so gosh darn hammered, I don't even know their names. 'Cause I'm a philanderer, yes, a philanderer. I sleep around. Well, my views are on the left, got a bimbo on the right. Only God'll know where I'll be passing out tonight. And if you want to ask me which girl I love the best, I'll tear open my shirt, got Mother Rosie on my chest. 'Cause I'm a philanderer, yes, a philanderer. I sleep around.
Okay. So there isn't even the slightest similarity. Okay. I mean, no way.